Let's turn our attention to US President Donald Trump's ambitions to play a peacemaker in war-torn African nations. Last month, Trump brokered a peace deal between the DRC and Rwanda, naming it as one of the reasons as to why he should be given a Nobel Peace Prize. And now, to further boost his peacemaker branding, he now wants to play a peacemaker in war-torn Sudan. Trump's push for peace in Sudan comes after a series of unsuccessful attempts to end the wars in Ukraine and Gaza. And it seems like his so-called peace efforts in Sudan may face the same fate. Now, a ministerial meeting on the Sudan war was set to take place today between the US, Saudi Arabia and the UAE with Egypt. But Washington postponed the meeting due to a reported disagreement between Egypt and the UAE over the final joint agreement. Cairo and Abu Dhabi are close regional allies, but they find themselves on opposite sides of the Sudan war. The two countries are seen as the key external players in Sudan's devastating war. The UAE has been widely accused of arming the Sudanese paramilitary forces, the RSF, in violation of a UN arms embargo on Sudan's western Darfur region. However, Abu Dhabi has repeatedly denied such reports. And on the other hand, Egypt is the closest ally of the Sudanese Army, which is why a disagreement between the two isn't surprising. Now, reportedly, ahead of the Washington summit, Egypt and the UAE disagreed on the role the warring parties would play in a potential peace process. The UAE reportedly did not want both the Sudanese Army and the RSF to participate in the transitional process, but Egypt disagreed with it. Cairo has repeatedly emphasized the importance of preserving Sudan's national institutions. Thus, the summit was stalled, and so were Trump's peacemaking ambitions. And the war in Sudan rages on. Over 4 million Sudanese fled to neighboring countries after the war broke out between the army and the RSF in April of 2023. Since then, the devastating war has killed tens of thousands of people, creating the world's largest hunger and displacement crises. Last week, the RSF announced the formation of its parallel government in the country. This move is expected to further complicate any peace efforts. Currently, Sudan is split. The army controls the north, east and center, having recently retaken the capital Khartoum, while the RSF holds most of Darfur and parts of Kordofan, where recent attacks have reportedly killed hundreds. Trump's Sudan Peace Summit has been stalled for now, but this is not the first time such efforts are being made to restore peace in the war-torn nation. The US, under Joe Biden, and Saudi Arabia have previously sponsored several unsuccessful rounds of negotiations to end the bloody conflict. President Trump presented himself as the only one who could end wars. As of yet, he has not been able to end any of them. Now it remains to be seen if his so-called peace efforts in Sudan bear fruit of peace, or further derail his peacemaker rhetoric.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
$36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion kakarjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Kali radikali.
Japanese,
$1
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.